TFT. TFT. TFT.
Yeah.
You know what I've been trying to make my children say, which they both do now?
What?
I have them both saying, "Oh yeah, brother."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
and they
that.
have no idea what it is.
I love that.
Because I just say it randomly. Like, "Oh yeah, brother. Oh yeah." So I'll be like, Beta, say, "Oh yeah, brother." I'm like, Q, "Oh yeah, brother. Oh yeah, brother."
That is cute.
Yeah. They have no clue.
Wow.
Do you ever get into the WWE, WWF?
I actually went to Monday Night Raw
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
Oh, when they did like the Netflix.
It was that, you know what, that on the last episode we were talking about going to networking parties where people are like looking at other people.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you are shaking my hand and I say, "Hi, Megan,"
Yeah.
say your name back.
Oh.
I understand if you're famous. I don't know who you are.
No.
Say your name. If even Taylor Swift introduces herself, introduce yourself no matter how famous you are.
Yes. I always make sure to say my name because I've met people that don't say their name and it left a fucking yucky taste in my mouth.
I'm still tasting it. The aftertaste is years long.
The salty wrestler aftertaste.
Yeah.
Yucky. Well, damn.
Tim.
Tim.
Megan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, let's do a little check-in, huh?
A little check-in.
How you feeling?
How am I feeling? Well, we are sipping Jester's Court.
Jester's Court brandy, possibly available right now, maybe not. By the way, if you are in Honolulu, Hawaii, March 8th, No Chaser is doing our live show. Get you a ticket.
This might come
Pull up.
out after that.
14th. It might be. It might be tonight. The show might be tonight. Get a ticket.
So I'm feeling a little relaxed.
Good. I think you need to relax more.
You know, that is the biggest lesson that I am learning now. Okay. Also, like in drumming, I have learned that the more you white knuckle it, you're not.
What's that mean?
White knuckling, if you're like gripping something so intensely, that like I'm not gonna hit tempo just because something is fast. You think that you have to like speed up and like really hit it, but the thing is, the more you relax, the quicker you can go.
Yeah.
So what I'm learning in drums and in life is the key to improving is actually relaxing.
That's how I live my motherfucking life, Megan Baton.
I know. I'm learning that now.
Yeah, don't white knuckle that shit, man.
White knuckle that shit.
Ladies, next time you're giving a little HJ down there, don't white knuckle it, all right?
God.
Relax.
I want for you to have like another, like a split personality where you're like Mr. Rogers and you can't make any sexual jokes. I think that'd be, you like Miss Rachel. Do your kids watch Miss Rachel?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that she's a Taylor Swift for toddlers.
Yo, Miss Rachel is the truth. Something about her voice.
She has studied it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I saw something that she learned a lot about like the sing-songy voice.
Oh, so it's on purpose.
Everything is a strategy.
Oh.
She's brilliant. I have not watched her, but I know of her, and she's doing the Lord's work.
It's like you put Miss Rachel on, it's like the kids are like, What's the word? What's the word? Hypnotized.
Jazz.
Yeah. They fucking. Yeah, they're this guy playing the fucking spoons. No, they're hypnotized.
Yeah.
I was trying to say mesmerized, but I was like, no, I'm not going for that. They're hypnotized. It's like it's immediate. You know, they're locked in. It's crazy.
Or like Blue's Clues, Steve.
Steve, and shout out to Josh as well, Filipino Blues Clues.
Oh, that's right.
The new guy.
Yes.
He's great. But yeah, why are we talking about that again?
We were checking in.
White knuckles, hand jobs. Oh, me. Yes.
That's right. You being clean.
Me being clean. You know what? I'm constantly. It's a struggle because my IG numbers, if we talking about engagement and numbers, it's like the best on IG. Like, it's my favorite app. I get the best just all around everything on there. But brand deals can be few and far between.
Oh, because of the clean thing?
Content.
Really?
And you know, it's like the baby content goes crazy, of course, but I know brands are like, we can't do a fucking Pampers ad when there's another reel right next to it of Tim and David talking about uncircumcised schmegma. You know what I'm saying? So it's a struggle. And not gonna lie, even Chia lost out on a little brand deal.
Really? By affiliation?
They were like, your husband's content is a little
boy.
Yeah, she was a little perturbed. She was like,
So do you have any like plans to maybe find a middle ground?
Hell no.
Stay true, brother.
Yes. Dicks and pussies all day, homie.
Okay, cut this so that I'm not affected by what's happening over there.
Yeah, nah, but that's kind of, I feel like personally it's kind of messed up potential brand deals here and there. But I do a lot of like fast food, liquor, like I do still get brand deals, but sometimes I think where people think, oh, you got baby content, brand deals should be going up. I think the baby brands aren't really trying to mess with me like that.
Yeah. I mean, you're not having Justice Court in the bottle.
Yeah. I mean, that would help. But I get it. So.
Okay, checking in. What's going on in
with me?
The head range?
You know what? For me, I am great.
I love that.
It's a rainy day in LA. I love a rainy day.
Why?
Not only because, LA was on fire and I feel like we need just our thirsts quenched, but I think rainy days are important. You know what I'm saying? I think you appreciate the sunny days when you get rainy days. I think in LA, it's so sunny that you forget how great that is. And, I think it takes a nice rainy day. I always look at it like God is giving the world a shower, giving LA a little shower.
That's cute.
Washing my car for me. Thank you, God. I wish you didn't do it right after I got it washed and detailed.
It is always that, isn't it?
But, I feel like it's God giving us a nice little rinse. And I love the smell of wet concrete in the morning. It's like one of those weird smells that I just like.
Yeah, I like cut grass.
I've heard that, yeah.
I like gas.
Like gas station
fuel.
Gas. You're not the first person to say that.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I get it.
I like the smell of a freshly snuffed out birthday candle. Like a freshly blowed out. Like as soon as that smells probably the best I've ever smelled. Is that smell.
I've never stopped to think about how I feel about that, but now that you say it, I agree.
So good.
I feel it. Let's see.
Also babies.
Well,
I don't think I'll have a baby, but I will smell them.
Come sniff my babies whenever you want.
They're too old to be sniffed.
They lost it.
So weird.
They just stink now. Yeah.
No, you have to be like 6 months or less to smell a baby and not be weird.
Can I smell your baby? She's 8 years old. She's 500 weeks, dude.
Yeah, right.
But you know what's crazy? How do you feel about pheromones and shit like that?
Good.
Yeah.
I was like missing the smell of a man the other day. I felt like I was like editing and I felt like I got a whiff and I was like, wow.
Like a real man smell. See, that's crazy because y'all might have heard this story before on my other podcast.
Oh my God. You can't tell the same stories.
I know. I'm going to skip the story. I'm going to get right to the grit of it. All right. But there was a girl who I've canoodled with who just did not like freshly showered my scent.
She wanted musk.
Yeah. She would be like, I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm going to just take a shower and then I'll come through. And she's like, don't. She's like, but I would have like been chilling all day, doing stuff all day. She's like, just come like unshowered. And she liked the scent, the combo of my natural musk mixed with my deodorant. She would like bury her nose in my armpit.
And that is why she is not your wife.
Yeah, no, my wife tells me I stink.
Yeah, yeah, you like a little negging.
But yeah, man, that shit's real.
Yeah,
pheromones,
There's something called pheromone dating. Have you ever heard of this before?
Yes, because never told this story on the podcast before.
Thank God.
I did a video shoot where we, like, people wore their shirts all day, took them off, and then other would-be daters pick their dates based on the scents of these shirts.
Yes, that's exactly. So you did a shoot that was like that.
Yeah, I was more of like the host of it.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly how it went, but the experiment, yeah.
That is so interesting to me.
Have you been there where you're like, oh man, like his mustiness is like nice to me.
Not mustiness, but just like somebody's natural smell is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as wonderful as girls smell, I think I prefer a man smell.
Interesting.
Even in my own sense, like all of my perfume is a little bit masculine, a little bit woodsy, a little bit sandalwood.
Interesting. Now, you know what? So Rick, my boy Rick, everyone compliments him on how good he smells. Okay. He will never reveal his exact scent.
A little concoction?
It's a concoction of not only...
You tell everybody?
Yeah, I know, right?
He will never say it, but here's what it is.
I don't even know, but I know it's a little bit of a cologne with a splash of girl perfume.
Ooh.
So he mixes a little something with a little bit of something. One time we were at a John Legend concert, Robin Thicke and John Legend, not important detail, just throwing that in there. And this couple came late. This dude was super drunk, sat right next to Rick. He was like, damn, man, you smell good. Smelling like soap and shit.
That's amazing.
And we laughed.
And we laughed. And we laughed.
And we laughed and we laughed and we all kissed on the mouth.
I love that. I love that for all of you.
You know, I think people have their specific sense and I think I agree. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like I've never really like looked into the pheromone shit specifically, but sometimes you get a whiff of someone that just smells like familiar. And smells like comfortable almost. Mm-hmm. And then you realize their house stinks just like my house. I'm like, oh, this girl, why do I smell fish sauce on you? Oh, your mom be cooking like my mom be cooking.
Cute.
This is comfort.
Yeah. Well, before we get into helping you, I figured that maybe we could connect with a game.
You and me?
Called Mind Meld.
Oh, we go Mind Meld?
You know about Mind Meld?
I fucking love Mind Meld.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Okay.
Right.
So if you don't know what Mind Meld is, it is a game where two people say a different word at the same time on the count of 3. Mm-hmm. And then you try to get to the same word
based on what those words might have in common.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Look at us. We're already melding.
Woo.
All right.
Okay.
First word.
1, 2, 3. Cloud.
Lamp.
Cloud and lamp.
Cloud and lamp. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
I debated too.
You turned into an anime character.
I was debating. I was like, is sunrise too much?
Sure.
Okay. Sunrise
and sun.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Rays.
We did it in 3. Honestly, work.
Let's go. Wow. That's like the easiest one I've ever had.
I love a mind meld. I know. One time, somebody and I got it on the first try.
What?
And we kissed. No, I don't remember who it was, but we were like, what?
Yeah, me and my dad. It was so fun.
I love a mind meld. Okay.
Wow, weird. Like that was solid.
Honestly, good for us.
Let's do one more for funsies.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Your brain is clear?
Is my brain ever clear?
Ever clear.
Ever clear.
Here we go.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Sweater.
Leaf.
Okay.
Leaf and sweater.
Okay. Ready?
This is not going to be it. We'll get there at some point, though.
1, 2, 3.
Green.
Winter.
Green and winter.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Oh, wait.
I mean, this is anti-green, but...
Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3.
Tree.
Fall.
Oh, well, we're going to get back to leaf.
Yeah, I know. Or maybe
but
we
can
won't.
we? Okay, so wait, it's tree and fall?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it can't be leaf. That's fucking me up. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Orange.
Autumn.
Orange and autumn.
Okay, here we go.
We're getting really far.
Just go.
You know,
let's just go. 1, 2, 3. Brown.
Red. Oh my God. Okay. Red and brown. 1, 2, 3. Colors.
All right. You know what? We're there.
Oh my God.
I think we're there.
That was half embarrassing, but we made it. We made it.
Nah. I've seen way worse. I've been through way worse.
I've been through way worse.
Where it just never happened.
Yeah, that's awful.
Wow, fire.
That's truly
it's
awful.
So stupid. The first time I played it with David, I didn't realize that you were supposed to find the word that they had in common.
Oh,
I was
really?
just like, let's see if we can both say a random word at the same time for some reason.
You're like, esophagus.
Yeah,
You're like,
and,
what?
And it never got there.
Yeah.
You know? But that was like solid. I feel extra connected. I mean, I knew we've always kind of had this underlying, like, our vibe chemistry has always been there.
The vibes are vibes.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why this
the vibes are present.
even came about.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Mind Meld is fun. That's a good first date game. Not first date, maybe like third date game.
No, I think it's good first date.
Yeah?
Because then you get to see where this person's at mentally.
Yeah.
You know, I like to do a lot when I first meet somebody that I think I might be vibing with. I like to throw out weird shit to see how they react.
Yeah. You mentioned that before.
Yeah, because I feel like if you can't handle it, you're not for me.
Right.
If you understand this is just silly and you can play off that, then I'm like, okay, we can be friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in this part of my life where I want to cut to the chase quickly because I don't want to waste my time. But at the same time, isn't dating supposed to be fun? So I'm like,
you can do both.
I want to have fun, but I also want to be like, you only have a specific amount of time.
So what is cutting the chase for you? What is cutting to the chase? What does that look like?
Like if it's not serious, either tell me that it's not serious, and this goes the same for me, like to telling other people. But like if the vibes aren't vibing, we can have fun. But we just have to not waste each other's time.
I feel it.
No matter what that means.
Okay. So is it like as easy as like, do you see this going anywhere or not? Like, what is it?
I don't know. Well, that's hard because I went on a few dates a while ago and I was open to it going somewhere. But then after a few times, I was just like, well, maybe not.
Yeah.
But then the more that we hung out, then the more he was into it and the less that I was. So I'm just like inherently breaking hearts without trying. Well, I'm also avoidant. Should we get into this?
Yeah, please.
I'm avoidant.
Let's work on your problems before we work on other people's. Before we get to other people's problems.
That's the reason I signed up for this. It wasn't to help you, it was to help me. I'm avoidant attachment style, and I didn't realize that until very recently.
So what does that mean for people who don't know your psychobabble?
So, there's a couple different attachment styles that everybody has.
Okay.
There is avoidant, anxious, secure. There's fearful avoidant, which is anxious and avoidant put together. There's different attachment styles, and usually the opposites attract. Okay. So usually an avoidant person, somebody that is maybe not equipped to be in a relationship or commit or is scared of vulnerability will match up with somebody that is a little bit more anxiously attached, a little bit more needy or clingy or needs validation or reassurance.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. And so and what's really interesting is that you can change attachment styles based off of the dynamic that you are in with another person.
Okay.
So in one relationship, you could be anxious. When another one, you could be avoidant. And in another one, you could be secure. So it really depends on the two people that are in a relationship together.
Okay. I can see that because for sure, I am somebody who needs like some affirmations and some assurance sometimes, even though I'm a very confident person. But in relationships, gas me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell me that you fucking love me.
Yeah.
Tell me that you think I'm hot.
Aww.
You feel me? Like,
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Chia is definitely one of those like, all right, if you tell me you love me too much, it starts to, I don't even hear it anymore. You know, like where it's like, I almost need to be sparing with it or else it's like, it's just white noise. You feel me?
Right.
Where she doesn't necessarily need that constant affirmation because, you know, even though she's not like an quote unquote outgoing person, she is just kind of a confident person where it's like, let's say I did something that she just felt was like so disrespectful and she was like, I can't be with you anymore. In her mind, she's like, you're lost, I'm out. You know, there would be no mourning of the relationship.
Right.
She'd be like, you fucked up. Sorry, I'm gone. And she would never look back.
That is self-respect.
For sure.
Yeah. Something that I just learned called Walkaway power.
Okay.
You know who Chappell Roan is?
Yeah.
So there was an interview at the Grammys recently, and the interviewer was like, "How are you like that? How are you so confident? How are you so like I don't care what happens or so outspoken?" And she was like, "I have walkaway power. Like at any point, I've been doing this for so long that I could just leave and like I know." And I'm like, I love that.
And that what fucks people up is that they feel like they can't walk away when they feel like they've wasted their time. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, I think a long ass time ago, when I was a little kid, someone put this into perspective for me, and that you kind of ringing this bell for me, where it's like when you're in line, let's say you waited in line for like 20 minutes for some chips, and you're like, fuck, this line is so long. So you have two people. One person who's like, no, I've been here for 20 minutes. That 20 minutes is wasted.
Right.
If I don't get these chips, I'm going to stay in line for another 20 minutes.
Sunk cost fallacy.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have the other person who's like, there's 20 minutes wasted regardless. I'm not going to waste any more time. Fuck the chips. I'm out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes I have to be like, no, in my head, I'm like, I need the chips. But other times I'll be like, nah, man, what really helps me get through life is to constantly remind myself that, like, yo, life is so short. I could die at any moment. Let me just get out while I can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So in that situation, do you think that you would stay or leave with the 20 minutes chips?
Depends on how much I wanted the chips.
Depends on what chips they are.
Yeah.
If they're Cool Ranch?
Cool Ranch, I'm there.
I'm pitching a tent.
Oh, in my sweats. But yes, you were avoidant is what you were trying to tell me.
Yes, I'm avoidant. It is a struggle.
Why? What happens?
Because with avoidance, I also think they're the most villainized, because they want love too.
Okay.
But they're scared of vulnerability and they're scared to commit. So the more something gets real, the more they're like, oh, I'm out of here. Like, I can't be doing this, because they're afraid to be hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's why I'm single.
But it's better to have loved and lost than never loved at all, Baton, as the old saying goes.
That's what they say.
I've been avoidant because I didn't want to hurt somebody.
Ooh.
And I always feel bad about it.
What do you mean?
When I was like 20-ish, I remember there was this girl who was super sweet, super nice. She was hot, Filipino girl, who I had started canoodling with. And this was probably me being young too, like, you know, she started doing shit where I would be working at Foot Locker and she would like bring me frappuccinos at work and stuff. And it was super sweet, but I'm like, oh, she's doing too much. This is girlfriend shit. And I don't want to do all that right now.
Oh, and why did you not want to do that right now?
I think because I was fresh out of a relationship.
Yeah.
And also she was super sweet, but I don't know if she was necessarily somebody I wanted to like date as a girlfriend. And she was doing girlfriend things. So it made me, like, it freaked me out a little bit. So I kind of did like a young boy thing and just kind of stopped picking up the phone. You know what I'm saying? And I felt really bad about it. But I also didn't know how to be like, yo, you're being too nice. I don't like this.
But if she was somebody that you would see yourself dating and you were fresh out of a relationship and she was doing girlfriend shit, would you be like, hey, I'm freshly out of a relationship. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to get hurt. Or is it because you didn't like her?
It's tough to say, because when we're talking about it now, I feel like we did eventually talk and I said that to her. And I remember her saying, well, nah, that's cool. Like, we can keep it casual, but I didn't believe her.
Okay.
Because I still feel like, nah, she's feeling me and I didn't want to end up hurting her. This was my justification as a 20-year-old.
But you didn't want to end up hurting her, but you didn't like her.
You know, she was sweet. She was hot. But nah, I didn't like her like that.
But why? It was just her. It just wasn't it? Or like what?
You know what? I think it was just like mentally, I don't feel like it was like the mental connection. I don't feel like it was there for me when I was 20. And also, like, I just wasn't trying to have a girl either. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe even if it was there, I probably wouldn't have wanted to hop into a relationship at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one of the ones like I always kind of felt guilty about, right? Because, you know, I also wasn't a good like communicator back then. So I just kind of, you know, I like left her, like I ghosted her, as they say, right?
Okay, so with all of this knowledge, if somebody is in a very similar situation,
yeah,
what would you tell them to say instead of ghosting?
Oh, now as a grown ass man, 100%, I would be like, you know, just tell this person how you feel, because nothing feels worse than not having closure on a situation.
Yeah,
because I need closure. Like, looking back just on my life, like I fucking like closure is something that's very important to me.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a short conversation, like, hey, I'm just not feeling it. I don't even like lie to me. Tell me I don't want to be with anybody right now, even if it's a lie. Fucking give me an answer. And I did not give that to her, and I felt bad about it.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah. You know, the reason I ask all of these questions.
Tell me, Baton, because I know there was a reason.
I'm like, let me get in this brain.
How many people have you ghosted?
Well, I don't think I've ghosted anybody, but I will say that I have been on the receiving end of someone that has just gotten out of a relationship and was like, I don't want to hurt you.
Oh.
And so I'm like, do you just not like me? or is it really the freshly out of the relationship thing? Like, and I want to know.
Well,
and if it's because I'm sweet and hot, but you don't think we're mentally compatible, then tell me to my face.
well, I'm glad I gave you the answers I gave you then, because that was all real shit.
I know, but what does he think?
Well, let's call him.
No, he's blocked.
Yeah. Well, look, but also, how old?
He's 35.
Okay, no excuse then.
Yeah.
I was 20.
I know.
I was a fucking young college boy.
I know. So I'm gonna take it at his word that
Yeah.
it's because he's freshly out of a relationship.
Yeah.
But also, I don't trust men anymore.
I mean, you shouldn't.
The more I meet men, the more I'm like, I don't know if that's for me.
Well, you know what? I mean, that's good, Baton, because everybody shouldn't be for you, and everybody isn't for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, the one that is for you is the one that's for you, right?
I'm excited for that. And I'm like, kind of like TikTok, where are you? But at the same time, I think it's like, the universe is giving me space to figure out my shit so that when he's here, then it can be da 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 da.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying to myself.
True. It's true. You know, like,
Is it?
yeah, you should be like raising your eyebrow at most of these dudes, because, you know, it's like, if it's the one, then that's a important decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and plus, you know, you all thirsty for love and shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's why they can smell the desperation.
So the universe is trying to help you out. Be like, hey, stop falling in love with all these bums.
Right. Crusty dusties are everywhere. This is a PSA. The crusty dusties, they're omnipresent.
Crusty, dusty, rusty.
Rusty. They're everywhere.
Tell us about it. What's been going on? What you got these quotes? What's up with these crusties at your door, Megan?
Everybody is crusty.
Why are they so crusty?
Everybody is crusty and dusty and lusty.
In what?
That is some shit that I'm.
Okay, lusty, I understand, because yes, you are an attractive woman in the dating pool, and you know, I think social media has been a big influence on a very casual culture of dating, okay, where I understand that it's probably difficult to find somebody who actually wants a real connection, okay? And not only are you an attractive woman, but you are an attractive woman who is known. So it's extra difficult for you to weed through the bullshit, right? But before we get to that, what is making these rusty men so rusty and crusty and dusty? Tell me what that is.
Well, the lusty part is kind of annoying. Well, it's like, you can't really get around it. Men are going to be horny.
Yeah.
But the dusty, I just like, come correct, I guess.
Oh, you saying they're just dirty? Literally dirty?
No, it's just like, they're not, like, raise the bar and do. The thing about what I've heard about all of my gay friends, like my girl gays.
Yeah.
The stuff that they do for each other is so much cuter.
Just effort.
Yeah. I buy myself flowers every Sunday.
Okay.
And I do an entire bouquet and I put flowers all around the house.
Adorable.
I love that for me.
I think that's great.
I could never see a guy doing that for somebody.
Oh, just for a person.
Yeah.
Do guys not buy flowers anymore?
I don't know. Do you?
If I was dating, I still bring Chia flowers. I mean, mind you, a lot of the time it's when I
do something terrible.
And you know, I'm saying that, but that's a joke. Her favorite flowers are peonies.
I love a peony.
So whenever I'm at Trader Joe's
Yes.
and I see the little bulbs, I will always pick her up some peonies.
Sweet.
And I feel like if I was still dating, a first date, I would definitely bring flowers. But you know what? That's a hack, because I would do that only because I know that dudes don't do that.
Right. But here's the other thing is like, that's so cute and I love that. And me literally hypocritically being like, give more flowers. That I'm like, if a guy did that and I was not sure about him, I'd be like, oh no, this is too much.
Come on. So what do you want, Baton? You're your own enemy right now.
I am always my own enemy.
So you have no right to complain.
You're right. What is this, Boy Scout?
You have no... Look, I want to give my heart to you, okay?
Oh, my God. You're right. You got
to make up your mind, bro.
You're right.
Do you want them to be dusty or not?
No. I want anti-dusties.
Well, okay, then you got to accept the love. You got to accept it. Open yourself up to it. Because they're trying.
I'm trying.
You're not trying hard enough.
I need conversion therapy for my attachment style.
Electric?
Any. Ketamine.
Oh, man. Okay. So we've solved that problem.
Yes.
If they bring you flowers, fix your shit and accept the flowers.
One, fix your shit.
What's the next problem?
The next problem is, well, it really is person dependent on the problems.
Okay.
I think I am the problem.
Okay.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Okay, I get it.
So it's actually not about the dusties and crusties, although you are everywhere. It just might be something that I need to work through.
Well, maybe, yeah. Because if you know that's the issue, then maybe dudes aren't even coming rusty dusty. You just haven't been able to look past it. You aren't even willing to accept it.
I just have so many close guy friends that I'm like, I don't trust you guys.
Okay, what do you not trust? What do you think the underlying deceit is?
I don't know. I have been on this earth long enough to have seen some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just scarred. Okay. I'm haunted and scarred.
Okay. What's your fear? What are you afraid of?
Being hurt, bitch. What?
Okay. So let's say it's first date, Baton, okay?
Okay. FDB.
First date.
First date, Baton.
Fuck that bitch.
What of it?
What? And things are going well.
It's the first date. Of course, they should be going well.
I hope so. Not if you brought flowers, apparently. Red flag.
Okay.
All right, and things are going well. What is the first shit to make you want to retreat or be like, this dude is he's pulling the wool over my eyes right now?
Wool over my eyes?
It's an expression.
That's a saying?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
written by a sheep?
Because when it's a story about a wolf that would he would put wool over himself to try and blend in with the rest of the sheep so he could get the sheep.
Oh, wow.
Is that right?
I don't know.
Hey Siri, where does the expression wool over your eyes come from?
Wool over my eyes.
The phrase pull the wool over someone's eyes most likely comes from the fashion of wearing wool wigs several centuries ago.
No, that's
just so wrong.
That's fake. I thought I was so right.
You've never been wronger.
Wool. Oh, I was thinking wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
Fuck, I mixed them up.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's just a man thing. Yeah, the whole man mix up.
Look at you. You now you're bringing it into the podcast. your bitterness that won't allow you to trust. But to your point, I was lying. I was bullshitting. I was bullshitting to make you happy, and I was wrong.
And you were wrong. Okay, have you ever been untrustworthy? Like, as a person, have you ever not trusted, or have you ever had to work through trust issues?
Yeah. With my ex, I definitely did some things that were not nice. Okay?
Right.
And I had her on an episode of No Chaser because in the years that like after that, when I was able to reflect on it, I realized I was like, oh, I was kind of fucked up. And I realized hearing the term gaslighting on every other clip of anything, I'm like, oh, I gaslit her.
Right.
So I had her on the podcast to just kind of catch up, but also be like, yo, I want to apologize because I know I called you crazy a lot, but then I realized I did things that
made you crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, I've done some untrustworthy things in the past.
Okay. Have you ever felt non-trusting, or you've just been on the doer side of it?
Well, I haven't really been. I've only been in like probably. I mean, I don't really count when I was 15, so I've really only been in like 2 relationships.
Damn.
Have I been like on the jealous, like, what the fuck is this side? Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, how do you work through that and open yourself up to being vulnerable?
Yeah, man. I think, you gotta just remind yourself that, like, I mean, you can't hold your past shit against, like, you can't let that, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, there's a saying that's like, if you don't heal your wounds, you're gonna bleed on the person that didn't cut you.
Fire. That's great.
Yeah.
And you get it.
Oh, do I?
You over here bleeding on dudes just for bringing you flowers.
I know. Yeah, no, I get it. I would be scared to step to me as well.
Well, what's it gonna take to break that down, Mega Baton? Huh?
Well, I am in therapy, so I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see. I feel like if I take care of my side of the street and they take care of theirs, then they will converge at some time. And that will be the path of the future.
Yeah, man. I think, well, you're a grown-ass woman, so I feel like you know how to communicate. And I think you know what your issues are.
Yes.
So you just gotta find somebody that's just willing to have those conversations with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be like, hey man, shut up. Yeah. I didn't do anything yet. Like, relax.
Totally. That's my thing, is like, since there are so many crusty, lusty dusties, is I want to be homies first. I want to be friends with them before there is, what's really hard, because there's always going to be like an inkling of attraction, of course.
Yeah.
But I would like to be friends first and then be like, I fuck with this person on a personal level, and then being like, okay, now we can really be more intimate because I know that I fuck with you on a friend level.
For sure.
Just so important to me, because I've been in a relationship where I thought I was with the person that I was like, you are the husband of my dreams, but we weren't friends.
Right.
And that is really important.
So how do you do that as a grown-ass woman?
How do you become friends with somebody?
Yeah, because for me, like, I don't
Right.
I feel no need to make new friends.
Right.
So how do you do that, where if you want to meet somebody, you want to be friends first? How does a grown woman do that?
Well, that's really hard, because I feel like at the same time, it's like the biological clock is kind of like, you don't have time to be friends
and you
first.
also, like, you don't have coworkers. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah. Because I work from home and I'm alone most of the time with me and Adobe. I'm kind of dating the Adobe suite. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's just like it's hard, because then when you meet someone, you're like, yeah, I vibe with them. Even though I want to be friends first, I'm interested in kissing. So I'm not going to be like...
Kissing is so fun.
It's so fun.
Especially new kissing.
New kissing and only kissing. That's the best.
I haven't new kissed in so long. And it's like... And new kissing was like my shit. I used to just make out with random people at the club. I was one of those.
I love that you're the retired party boy and I'm like picking up the baton. Like, I'm like, the party's still alive over here.
You should just do some random making out at the bar, man. That shit's fun. Do it while you still can.
Maybe I'll put like a wig on. Yeah, not against it.
Do it. That's actually, no, dude, put a wig on. Amateur night at the strip club.
Wait, me dancing? I would have to put a whole latex suit. I have too many tattoos that are visible and not iconic, but like known.
Word. I feel that.
Yeah. But
anyways, yeah. Hey, look, I don't doubt at all that you will find the one.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Because you're a catch.
That's what I thought.
I think so.
But the more the days go by, just the calendar page is flipping year by year.
Just because people let you slip through their fingers doesn't mean you're not a catch.
Right.
It just means you're hard to catch. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hard to keep.
Yeah. Well, shit. Could you keep swimming away, motherfucker?
You're right. We're working on it. Okay. Well, after this break, we'll be back to help you in your dating issues and
maybe.
maybe
we won't.
Who knows?
Who cares?
We're back.
Baton, you got things in there?
I have a tip jar for us.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
The advice, it's flowing.
Okay.
What?
How to deal with conflict with coworkers and colleagues.
Ooh, I hate conflict just in general.
Same.
Really?
I avoid it if I can.
Same.
Which is why I was with somebody for 4 years when I knew we should have broken up at 2 years.
See, that is something that I keep on hearing more and more.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Again, I was young.
Hate it. I think I understand it because I have heard people be so afraid of being alone that they would rather be in a relationship that's not right than be alone. Mm-hmm. Or to have an uncomfortable conversation and get hurt and hurt somebody else. Mm-hmm. But it is, if you know you're not going to be with that person, just say it.
I know. It's just, look, when you're a young boy.
And
I was 21, okay, with my ex. And I think I was going to burp away, but then here, take it.
I don't like that.
Excuse me.
You should be.
I think for me, mentally, I was like, she hasn't done anything bad, quote unquote. So I feel like an asshole to be like, you know what? I just don't see us being together in the long run. Let's break up. Because it feels like you're dumping somebody for no reason. So logically, you're like, I'm going to just wait until I have a reason. You feel me? I'm going to wait until we have a big fight.
Right.
I'm going to wait until there's it makes sense that I'm breaking up with you. And then, but when it's kind of you're coasting along, that moment never really happens.
Right.
And next thing you know, a year's gone by and you've been having fun knowing that I don't want to marry this person, but what do I do now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then time goes by and you're like, oh, fuck. I don't know what to do, you know? And it's sad for everybody.
It is sad for everybody. I wish there was, I know that some parts of my brain can be a little bit robotic. Uh-huh. And I wonder if there could be a check-in of the relationship. Every, one of my past boyfriends, we had the plan. I mean, we have the plan of staying together and look at us now. But we had this plan of we both wanted to invest in real estate as passive income. Okay. And so we were like, okay, oh shit. We were like, okay, great. Let's get this house. We'll live in it for a little bit. We'll renovate it. Okay. We'll start renting it out. And then every 3 years, we'll just do the same thing and we'll build up our portfolio. And then every 3 years, we can check in and be like, do you want to do this again? Like the relationship and the real estate.
Okay, that's fire.
Yeah. I think that I don't know, what if every anniversary it's you celebrate your relationship by doing an audit.
That's not gonna work.
But it could be, you could do an audit with a bottle of wine, and then you could celebrate. Well, I guess if it goes awry, then no one's going to be celebrating.
You got to be very specific people for that to work. You got to be a Baton and a Baton, okay?
Yeah, do I just want to date myself?
If I was to bring that up to somebody that's not on the same wavelength at all, it's like, why would you even feel the need to want to do this?
Yes.
You got something to say?
You got something to say to me?
You got issues?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's hard.
That's true. We have a mutual friend that years ago they were dating somebody else, and they said that him and his girlfriend would hold hands and look at each other and talk about their week. Okay. I like the idea of just a set check-in, not so rigid, but hey, do you have anything from last week that you liked, something you didn't like, something that was crunchy, something that you want to talk about? Is there any just kind of giving the opportunity to talk about it and letting there be space instead of waiting for there to be something bad in order to break up with them?
I like that too, because from communicating with a homie of mine who was in a relationship where they weren't communicating, he kind of taught me that there are some things in relationships where you think, this is bugging me, but it's too small to bring up. Like,
right.
Why even bring this up? It's not an issue. And then the longer you don't bring it up, the more it festers.
And then the list gets there. And once you bring something up, then it's like, and also this.
Yes.
And that.
All of a sudden, one day we're like, you leave your pubes all over the toilet seat, and I fucking hate it. And it all steamrolls, right?
Totally.
Where it's like, you can take a second to be like, hey, let's hold hands.
Totally.
Look into each other's eyes.
Yeah.
You know, when you leave your shaved pubes on the toilet seat, bothers me a little bit. Oh,
Yeah.
shit, I had no idea.
Yes.
I will clean that up.
Yes.
For sure. All right, now that we've avoided this person's question.
Oh, because it was about conflict, and we were like, no.
It was about avoiding conflicts with colleagues at work.
Oh.
No, I scrunched it up and I threw it.
Oh, of course you did. Oh man, I hate, honestly, every time I'm in a professional situation and I have a conflict, it is some of the most uncomfortable moments I've ever had in my life.
Yes.
And I think what it comes down to, like at the very end of, so I had, before I kind of wound down my business, I had 2 full-time assistants in an office space.
Okay.
And at the very end, I was like the boss the whole time, right? So I had like a professionalism. But towards the end, I was like, you know what? Realistically and transparently, human to human, this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And that really helped. Like my mom was always like, the truth will set you free. But it really will.
It really will.
It really will.
And you know what? Look, I think that's facts. As far as, you know, colleagues or coworkers or even somebody who's your employee, right? I think the best way to go about it, like you said, is to just do it as a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, treat it like a relationship.
Because it is. It's not a romantic relationship, but it is still a relationship.
Completely. And I think whoever you're talking to will appreciate that. Where, you know, I haven't had a real, quote unquote, real job in a minute. Okay. But recently, like with the nanny, we had something that we were kind of like, we were unsure of and we needed a conversation. And it's funny because going into it, Chia had this whole game plan. She's like, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. And I'm like, hey, maybe don't be so robotic about it. You know, maybe be more of a, hey, casually just wanted to bring this up. And then Chia was like, okay, I'll try. Right. Going into it, Chia had a whole fucking, was way more human about it. Fucking started tearing up and shit. You know, it turned into a whole emotional girl thing. Right. And I think that was, that was the best way to go about it. Like, hey, I have genuine concerns. This is how I feel. Because at the end of the day, man, look, like we're all just people going through different shit. I'm trying to think of when I was like, let's say at California Pizza Kitchen or at Foot Locker and I had an issue with somebody. I mean, most of the time I didn't care enough about the people at Foot Locker to have a sit-down conversation. It was like, all right, cool, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm going home. I've sold my shoes. I'm going home. But California Pizza Kitchen, it was more of a little family. We would hang out. We would party. So if I had an issue, it was like, same shit. Hey, let's talk. I want to, come to this on the side.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you real quick? Instead of having a very awkward moment where me and this dude had an unresolved issue, but we were both on the schedule to open the restaurant together. You ever work in a restaurant before?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're both there to do like the opening, like what's it called?
Like not side work, but just
whatever it's called. Cutting lemons and shit.
Yeah,
so me and him are just prep. Me and him are just next to each other, cutting lemons for an hour in silence.
You're like looking over, it's like,
not saying shit.
Wiping the brow, like super close up shots, like, with a knife, just.
Just, can I get this rag? Thanks. And it wasn't until there was like a party that week, like a coworker party, where we were like, hey man, can I talk to you? And we squashed it. It was fine. You know what I'm saying? Just human to human.
It really is. And I have a lot of friends that will be working for other people and they'll be like, oh, I feel like I'm really bad at my job, or I feel like they think I'm stupid because I don't know how to do X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
And it always ends up being fine. But like there's a period of being freaked out of having to approach this person and have a conversation. But it's really just It all comes down to communicating. That is crazy. Literally every problem can be solved with communicating.
And, you know, there's lots of problems because not a lot of people know how to communicate, you know?
Oh, my God.
It sucks, man.
We should have like a communication expert as a guest.
We already do have 2 communication experts.
You think we're communication experts?
Yeah, we're so good at it.
I mean, I've been in a lot of therapy.
I was a communications major.
Were you?
Yeah, before I switched to art. And no, it was Baton, it was so annoying.
What part?
Going to Cal State Long Beach, communications major, because I thought I'm gonna get this degree as a little, you know, give this degree to my dad so he can be happy, and I'll go pursue this shit in entertainment, right? So I'm like, I might as well do communications. So at the very least, I don't know, I'll fucking intern at a radio station and just be a DJ on the side, right?
Nice.
And then communications was a fucking breeze. I was like killing my speech classes. Everything was going great. I'm like, this is easy work, right? The day of the final, my dumbass walked out with the final in my backpack, okay? So then my teacher like called me and he's like, hey, you have final number 98. Can you bring that back? I was like, sure. Cool. I brought it back. I was like, hey, sorry about that. I put it in my backpack, just not even thinking about it. He was like, Tim, I can't have a final leave my classroom.
Right, because you could cheat.
All the answers and shit. He's like, I have to fail you. I have to give you a 0 on the final. Tanked my grade. I got a D in that class.
Ooh.
My easiest class. I got a D. Fucking fuck my GPA up. And then I was like, I was playing catch up the rest of the time I was in college. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have dreams that I'm still in high school and that I am going to fail every class. I also have the recurring dreams that I'm trying to go into my class and I don't know where they are. So I'm just lost and I never make it. Cause I'm like, I don't know what period it is. So I'm just kind of like wandering the halls being like, what is my schedule?
Interesting. Let's have a dream expert on. That's what we should have.
Ooh, I'm so down.
I already did that on No Chaser, but let's do it again. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like you like to do a lot of the same thing.
All right, let's answer one more question, guys. Oh, interesting. This is interesting.
Let's hear it.
Thoughts on polygamous relationships? Polygamous relationships.
Polygamous. I only hear it referred to as polyamory now.
Okay.
But I have a few friends that are in polyamorous relationships, and some of them are working.
Thriving?
It's interesting. It really takes a specific person to do so. And even though sometimes I'm like, maybe I should do that, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'm a monogamous person, but there is definitely a community for this.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think there's always the argument of humans are some of like the only species that do that find one partner and stick with it. It's like us and penguins.
Yes. And here's the other thing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is that the human nature is to be curious and to be attracted and to procreate. Yeah. I understand partnership 100%. You're still going to be attracted to other people. Yeah. So like the polyamorous setup is interesting to me because you can have your primary partner and you're like, you're my go-to, you're who I come home to. Yeah. And we can also hold all of the space that being fully human is in order to like not be like, I can't look at this person. Yeah. Where it's like, you're gonna do it anyway. Yeah. I don't know. It's really interesting, and I don't know. I don't know anything.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, it comes down to communication, like any relationship, right?
Yeah.
Because let's say Chia told me one day, she's like, you know what? What if we were to explore us being married, but once a month, I go smash somebody, you go smash somebody, and I'd be like, that's crazy that you would say that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like if we were to set up, it is what it is. And it was like, and it's like, this is strictly physical. I'm not like, you know, and there's rules about like, you know, don't get coffee with this person afterwards or something like that, where it's like, I don't want you falling in love with somebody. Then it's kind of like, oh, well then I guess that's different though. Is that a polygamous relationship though? Or is that just like an open relationship?
Right. I guess that would be more open because the people that I mean, there's one couple I know that is, I guess, more of an open relationship. but open to it being polyamorous if they're like developing more relationships in one. And there's one where there's like, I don't know, it's not called triangulation, but it's like 3 people being in not a triad, but like 3 people being in a relationship together.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think regardless of what setup you have, it really comes down to like, are you okay with this? Checking in with your primary partner to be like, is this okay with you? If it is not, then it's not going to go any further. Like I will say that people in polyamorous relationships are maybe better communicators because you have to be.
You have to. I think at the end of the day, everything underlying theme of this episode, communication is key. And also, what y'all got to remember for in life as well, everything ain't for everybody.
Everything ain't for everybody.
You know, some people are into some shit that you're not going to like, that's not for you, and that's okay. It's not for you, it's for them, and it is what it is.
Yeah, take what resonates and leave the rest.
Bang, bang. Thank y'all for watching another episode of Thanks for Tipping. Hey, Megan, thanks for tipping.
Thanks for tipping, Tim.
And thank y'all for watching.
See you next time.
Bye.